Hey, what's up guys? It's a Smart Home Helper, and today we're going to be going over the Smonet Smart Lock. So I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but I was really excited to go over this lock with you guys for a couple of reasons. Actually, one main reason. This is the first lock that I've seen that actually works with the iPhone and Apple Watch. So I've seen, I've done a lot of quick set videos. I've done a lot of Yale videos, tons of different locks, but this is my first one seeing the iPhone on here. So I'm going to go over an install with you guys today, walk you through it. I'll just start off with kind of a simple unboxing so you guys can see what it looks like. So here we go with the unboxing. Let's check it out. It's popping right out of the box. You can see this is pretty nice right here. We got the manual right here involved. Cutting, that's good to see. App settings, we love that. Installation setup guide, all right there, very good. And now let's take out this first piece right here and take a look at what we got. All right, so this is a back plate right here. You can see the logo on the front. We've got the lock, unlock on there. It's interesting. It has both two locks there and an unlock on both sides. So that's a little interesting. We'll find out what this button does right here. It shows a lock and unlock. Lift this up. I'm assuming this is where the batteries go. Take a look. There we go. Yep, so we got the batteries coming in here. Looks like it's an 8 battery pack. So typically on the 8s, you can get it to run with 4 batteries, but 8 is going to give you probably about 2 years life. We got the barcode here. That'll probably be for syncing and setting up. HomeKit, so that's interesting. So this will sync up with HomeKit, then I'm guessing, and then this is the set button right here. So we'll kind of dig in and learn a little bit more. This piece is coming off right here. The back plate is, oh, this is very interesting. So this is the back of it right here. Most locks are going to have a skeleton piece. So this is probably what we'll be installing first with the deadbolts coming in and then putting the back plate on. And you can see the power cord right there on the bottom. That's how we'll get it, the energy. So that's interesting there. It's got the cushion, good sign. And then also just to kind of add to it, this is metal, right? This is pretty strong and durable. So that's a good sign for locks. All right, let's look in a little bit more, see what we got going on here. All right. So, see, this is what I was interested to see. So we've got the key right here down on the bottom, but you slide this down, protecting it, key goes in, tap code right here, fingerprint. So I didn't mention that earlier. It does have a fingerprint there. And then if you look closely, you can see the phone right there. That's what I'm really excited about. You can see once again, has this plate right here protecting it. That's a good sign for durability when the locks have that. We got the power cord here. So it's gonna go on the front. So let's take a look at the deadbolts. We haven't seen that yet, and we'll see what all we got. It's packaged pretty nicely too. You can see it's all in one, so I do like that. Let's see what we got here. All right. Oh, yeah, I'm telling you guys, this is a good sign. Battery packs that come with it. The cheap locks typically don't come with battery packs, so that's a really good sign there. Now let's see what else we got in here. I'm assuming the deadbolt. That's what I've been kind of waiting for, because that can kind of make or break a lock if you don't have a good deadbolt. Packaged nicely. This is all really good signs, guys, for this lock. All right, we've got different locks there again. All right, let's see. Oh, wow. So this is the RFI to scan it, so you can actually put this on your keychain. So this is kind of crazy. I've never seen a lock be able to unlock so many different ways. So you have the key, that's 1, code 2, phone 3, fingerprint 4, this bad boy 5, through your phone 6. So that's pretty wild, and we haven't even really dug into this yet. So there's gonna be a lot of sinking and setting up here on the lock to do. Oh, it opens up on the back side. It's easier. Boom, there you go. We got the key. Pretty standard there with that. And then that's the piece right there. Now let's see this deadbolt. That's what I've been kind of wanting to see. All right, let's see how this deadbolt looks. All right, got the screws for the deadbolt. Good. Let's take a look. All right. See how durable this thing is. A little tight there. That's okay. Yeah, a little tight, but that's okay. But the durability is pretty good on this. So this is a good sign. All right, so there's the unboxing of it. We're gonna dig in and we're gonna install this bad boy. All right, here for step 2, we're gonna go ahead and get this piece added on there. You're gonna wanna make sure that this is measured. If it's smaller than kind of the standard you see here, you're gonna be using this little piece right here. There's some screws in there. You'll see them right there on the top. You'll go ahead and remove those screws and put this piece on. But this one fits. So we're gonna go ahead and slide the cord underneath of it. And then this little piece right here in the middle, that's gonna be going through this center hole right here. So we'll slide I like to slide this piece through first. Make sure that this lines up, goes through. And then you're gonna kind of slowly push it through. Make sure that you get it in there. And while you're doing this, you're actually lining up the other ones as well. So it's kind of a little bit of moving around to get that in there. And I'll move that around a little bit more, but we'll go ahead and get the mounting plate on next, and that'll be step 3. So we'll go ahead and go through step 3, the mounting plate. So you can see I have it on here nice and good. Everything is clean. We're gonna be bringing out the mounting plate now, or I like to call it the skeleton. We're gonna go ahead and slide that through here. Make sure that it's nice and clean. Before I go anywhere farther, how you determine which screws you're gonna use, it's either the A or the B's, is by the measurement here. Once you get the screws that you need, you're gonna go ahead and put those through the hole. There's gonna be 2 of them. So you're gonna do one there, one right there. I would tell you to do it by hand first. Once you kind of feel it getting threaded and going in there, that's gonna be good. I wouldn't say use a drill. Typically, I would say do it by hand. But once you get that locked into place, we'll go ahead and move to our next step. But for right now, I'll just leave it right here so you guys can see this, and we'll move to step 4. If you had trouble with that, I will tell you that's always the hardest part of an install, is getting that skeleton or that back plate installed. You want to make sure that you're pushing on the front, you're threading it in. Typically one at a time. You'll do it by hand, and then I'll use a little tool like this to start to tighten and get it in there. And as you're moving it, you want to make sure that everything's all good and aligned. All right, this part's a lot easier. So first thing you're going to do is we're going to get the back plate on, and we're going to connect it. So let me go ahead and get that connected. And I'm gonna move it. It's a little hard doing it at that angle. So we'll go ahead and get that connected. All right, so we got that connected. You're gonna wanna make sure that it's aligned right here, going into this piece right here. And with the cord, you can kind of push it back in there a little bit. Shouldn't give you too much trouble. They're pretty flexible, so you can normally move them around a little bit. And then we're gonna slide it right in there. Push it nice and good. Make sure, there you go. You can see it's tight like a glove. And then we're gonna go ahead and get our final 2 screws in, which are in the batteries. So I'll go ahead and get those installed. And then from there, I'm gonna put in the batteries, and we got the installation done. And from there, it's time to jump into the app. So let me get those installed, show you what it looks like, show you what you can kind of do on it manually, and then we'll dig into the app. There you guys go. I got all 8 batteries in there. I'll go ahead and put the back plate back on, flip it around so you can see it. It has been officially installed. One thing that I will tell you that I did do when the batteries installed is this deadbolt started to move. So what it was doing was it was actually rehanding itself on its own. So you'll see like with Yale locks, a lot of times they will have a process in the setup where you actually have to click certain buttons to make sure that it rehands. And rehanding is just teaching the lock the right direction it needs to go, right? If it's facing this way or facing a different way, it understands open and closed. So it's good that it has that process in there. There's also extra screws. So I was really happy to see that as well because I always lose screws. So it's good. But the point that we're at now is we need to start the programming and programming the lock and digging into that. So I'll go ahead and start the programming process. I probably won't go through everything. I'll just go through it pretty high level with you guys. Probably get the wallet set up so you guys can see that and be able to unlock it through your phone. But I'll go ahead and jump in and do that quick for you guys and then just kind of give a quick review for you. All right, so I'll definitely be making some videos on the setup process and how it works. It was actually very, very easy. So if you have an Apple or an iPhone, you're going to be scanning that QR code right there, and it's going to take you right to HomeKit. And the setup process was maybe a minute, and it went ahead and it got added to my phone. And then from there, I was able to add it to my wallet and be able to lock and unlock and even create a code with it. So I did test it out with my wallet and it worked perfectly. So I'll say if you're an Apple user, this is definitely a great lock to have, even if you're a Droid or something else. Like, I think it's very good. I did use the wallet and saw that it worked and opened up right away. And I was really happy that there was so much that you could do through a HomeKit. I haven't even opened up the app for them yet and even gone through that, but just seeing that you could do it through HomeKit was really, really cool. I would say that this is a really, really good lock. If you guys are looking for one to use, this is definitely it. Right? This is the future when we're looking at locks. Everybody's using everything through their phone and be able to unlock through your phone. It's almost impossible to get locked out with this lock, right? Because you have a key, you have the RFI that you can use, you have your fingerprint. There's so many different ways to open up this lock. Big fan of it. I'd never seen the phone process before. I'll make a video for it so you guys can see how that works. But that's kind of my review and the uninstall unboxing for you guys. I'll have an Amazon link in the bottom. More videos to come about this lock. But if you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.